Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, on behalf of Great Afghanistan Movement, let me thank all my viewers around the world for watching my videos. My today's topic is Pakistan, the nightmare for the Pashtuns and Baloch. To explain the problems of Pashtuns, I will have to go a little bit in the history of the Pashtuns. In the 19th century, when the British consolidated their position in the British India, they realized that they should protect India from foreign invaders to enjoy the wealth of India all alone. The geographical location of India was that from three sides it was surrounded by the sea. The Britain was a big naval power, so from seaside India was protected. But from the northwest side in the history, all the invaders had invaded India through the passes coming out from Afghanistan like Khyber Pass, Koram Pass and Bolan Pass. So the British decided to control those passes to keep away the Russian Empire to invade India. But the irony was that the indigenous inhabitants of all these passes were the Pashtuns, who were not ready to accept any invader to subdue them. So the British imposed two wars on Afghanistan, one in 1839 and the other in 1878, which were disaster for both the Afghanistan and the British. In the meanwhile, when the British found that war was not the solution of the problem, so in 1893, using their famous formula, divide and rule, the British imposed the line of hatred and evil, the Durin line, on Afghanistan to divide the power of the Pashtuns. When in the Second World War, the British realized that they would not be able to keep such a big country like India their colony anymore, then they decided to quit India but divided, not united. Sucking the blood of the Indian people to feed their children in Britain, the British decided to divide India as a farewell gift to the Indian people. Therefore, the idea of Pakistan was floated in 1939. Till that time, the British were using the Muslim and Hindus differences just to keep them fighting amongst themselves to rule them. For that purpose, they had used their thick, bearded agent Sir Syed Ahmad Khan to create differences between the Muslims and non-Muslims. After that, they used a morally corrupt, non-believer and alcoholic Jinnah to make Pakistan. Stanley Wolford, an American academic, says about the Jinnah that history has never seen such a person like Jinnah stabbing his close friend Deen Shah to have inappropriate relationship with his underage daughter Ratanbai. And one leg in the coffin, Jinnah wanted to be the Governor General of Pakistan through the sea of blood of the innocent people. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is the product of the conspiracy and dirty role of the British Empire in the 20th century. Pakistan came into being on 14 August 1947 with terrible massacres and forceful displacements. The tree of Pakistan was planted in the blood of the innocent people, which is growing till now in the same way. British used the slogan of Islam to unite the Muslims of India. Pakistan was made on the name of religion, which was unprecedented in the history. If the British loved Islam, then why they invaded a Muslim country, Afghanistan, twice? Why they destroyed the Ottoman Sultanate and why they cut into pieces the Arabs during the First World War? But the matter was not that of Islam, and it was used just a tool. The British had four objectives. First, the British wanted to destroy the strength of the Muslims in India, dividing them into three parts who were not in the minority in India, but they were the second majority. Second, they didn't want India to be a big power. Third, to counter the expansionist policy of the former Soviet Union. And fourth, to protect its interest in the Isle of Middle East through Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan came into being on the land of Afghanistan, Balochistan, Sindh and Bengalis. Punjab was divided, but in exchange, the remaining Pakistan was handed over in the hands of Punjab. In Pakistan, the population of Punjab was 25% of the whole population of West and East Pakistan, but in the army, civil military establishment, and judiciary, they were more than 80%. After the partition, the central government ordered the provincial government of Northwest Frontier Province, now Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, that if you will not make the Pashtuns to forget their language, culture, and history, then these Pashtuns can never be loyal to Pakistan. So, we the Pashtuns in Pakistan are also the victim of cultural, historical, and linguistic barbarism. When Pakistan came into being, first of all, on the order of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the elected government of Khuday Khidmatgar in Northwest Frontier Province was toppled. So Jinnah put the foundation of the future dissolution of the elected governments. But I want to make one thing clear, just to put the record straight. Comment is free, but facts are sacred. The leader of Khuday Khidmatgar, Bacha Khan, signed coalition agreement with the Indian National Congress in 1930. And that was a big mistake by Bacha Khan, which was later on proved by the history. When in 1947, Indian National Congress, Muslim League, and Lord Mountbatten decided that the Pashtuns living in the Northwest Frontier Province will be a part of Pakistan, according to Abdul Kalam Azad in the Working Committee meeting of Indian National Congress, when Bacha Khan was told that they had decided the Pashtun province to be a part of Pakistan. Leaving the meeting, Bacha Khan told the Congress, "You have thrown us into the mouth of wolves." So now it is the moral obligation of India to help the Pashtun freedom fighters to get rid of Pakistan and annex their motherland, Afghanistan. Khuday Khidmatgar, under the leadership of Bacha Khan, has given a lot of sacrifices for the independence of India, but not for the Pashtuns. Before partition, the Pashtuns were the slaves of the white Britishers, but after the partition, they became the slaves of the black Britishers, the Punjabis. But unfortunately, Bacha Khan committed then another mistake to take the oath of allegiance to the new nation of Pakistan on 23rd February 1948 at the first session of the Pakistan Constitutional Assembly. In exchange, on 12 August 1948, Pakistan gave the Pashtuns the gift of Babada Charsadda massacre by Pakistan Army, where about 700 people were killed and a lot of them were injured. And the irony was that the families of the killed and injured people were compelled by Pakistan to pay for the bullets used to kill or injure them. Ladies and gentlemen, being the illegal child of the British Empire, Pakistan continued the same divide and rule policy on the Pashtuns territory. Pashtuns are divided in 4 parts in Pakistan. Number 1, the tribal area directly controlled by the central government. Second, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Third, a part of Balochistan province. And fourth, Miawali along with the Attock district were snatched from the Pashtuns province and annexed to Punjab in 1971. Terrorist organizations are nurtured by Pakistan and the territory of Pashtuns for their proxy wars in Afghanistan, which have radicalized the indigenous Pashtun population. On all Pakistan bases, the majority of the terrorist organizations are nurtured in the southern Punjab under the cover of Pakistan Army and ISI. But in addition to the Pashtun and Baloch, they use these terrorists and militants for their proxy wars in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Indian-administered Kashmir, India, and in Afghanistan as well. Military operations on the name of crushing militants are taking place in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, and in Karachi, but not in Punjab. According to a survey of 2012, among the casualties of the bomb blast in Pakistan, 65% of the casualties were in Pashtun's area, 23% in Balochistan, and only 1 bomb blast took place in Punjab, killing 5 persons. In all the terrorist activities, Pakistan Army and ISI are directly or indirectly involved. Bullet-riddled bodies, bag bodies, and missing persons are found only in the Pashtuns, Baloch, and Sindh areas, but not in Punjab, because 80% of the army, ISI, and civil military bureaucracy belong to Punjab. Dear friends, here one very important question arises. If Pakistan came into being Due to anti-Hindu majority concept, then why the Pashtuns, Baloch, Sindhis and the minorities should live under the hegemony and atrocities of the Punjab majority? The Pashtuns, Baloch, Sindhis and minorities are living on their own land like the refugees. So they want freedom from Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell to the world community that we Pashtun and Baloch got tired from the atrocities of the Punjab-dominated Pakistan. 80,000 Pashtuns, along with women and children, were killed by the Pakistan Air Force bomber F-16s, tanks, artillery, and gunship helicopters. 6,000 air raids were committed by Pakistan aircraft and dropped 12,000 bombs. 150,000 Punjab Army is involved in the operation in tribal area. According to Bruce Riddle, a former CIA officer, the Pashtuns are bombed by Pakistan, but who cares? 20,000 bullet-riddled bodies were sent to the houses of our Baloch brothers. Pakistan is hungry for the resources of the Pashtuns and Baloch and the cost of the Pashtun and Baloch massacre and bloodshed. The Pashtuns and Baloch were kept uneducated and ignorant deliberately. In the Pashtuns and Baloch area, the madrasas, the religious schools are flourished, which are the breeding centers of militants and future jihadists. But in Punjab, on the cost of the Pashtun and Baloch blood, the modern education institutions are developed. But where are the international human rights organizations? We the Pashtuns want to get rid of Pakistan and annex our motherland Afghanistan. We strongly support struggle of our Baloch brothers for their independence. We the Pashtun and Baloch, as always, will be living together side by side on our respective lands, just like brothers as before. Ladies and gentlemen, if the world community want peace not only in Afghanistan, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, Indian administered Kashmir, but in the world as well, then Pakistan must be demilitarized, denuclearized, and make a part of history. The record of Pakistan about the proliferation of nuclear technology is terrible. Like the North Korea, Pakistan is blackmailing the world that it is a nuclear power. But the world community must also know that former Soviet Union had 3 million regular army and thousands of nuclear warheads. But no one could prevent the former Soviet Union from disintegration. So Pakistan with 500,000 army and a few hundred nuclear arsenal can never prevent itself from disintegration. The nuclear bomb in the hands of Pakistan is like the grenade in the hands of monkey, who can throw it anytime, anywhere. So the monkey must be killed before it will destroy the peaceful world. Pakistan is a fake country. That's why it couldn't survive for a long time, and more than half of Pakistan became Bangladesh in 1971, whereas the further disintegration is around the corner. Death for the terrorist, fundamentalist, extremist and occupying state of Pakistan. Long live Free Balochistan, long live Sindhu Desh, long live Great Afghanistan from Indus River to Oxus River.